Hello and welcome to the top 10 hybrid characters on Bleach Brave Souls. Because it's hard to decide what makes a character a hybrid character, I decided to only put characters on this list if their attack and SP were about 30 points apart. However, I did make exceptions if a character's strong attacks were too good to pass up.
さて、配るとしよう。メリークリスマスだ。
Starting off the list at number 10, we have Tierra Christmas Edition. Although we do not see her as much anymore, this character is actually really good. She's got a strong attack recharge link, as well as a strong attack 3 that has a really good chance of inflicting freezing. She's also one of few relevant hybrid characters that has frenzy. Her stats are decent, she has good range, and her special inflicts burn damage. Honestly, the only bad thing about this character is that it cost me 8,000 orbs and I never got her.
行くぜ月が天使
Coming in at number 9, we have Kugo Ginjo, the character that introduced us to the low stamina damage boost. And no matter how you feel about this link, this boost does come in handy. Now unfortunately you have to be low health for it to activate, but when it does, he does 30% more damage on his normal attacks, strong attacks, and his special. And even more if you stack his link. He also has really good range on his strong attacks, and a full screen special. Honestly, his stats and abilities make him a really good 6-star even without his link.
水無月、行きますよ。波動の63、来航法。
Next up on the list we have Retsu Unahana, Mind Edition. The character who in my opinion is currently the best healer in the game due to her team healing strong attack that does damage and her strong attack recharge link. A recharge link that also helps out her other strong attacks which have really good range, and her strong attack 1 even has a chance of inflicting paralysis. She also has pretty good stats, and she's a ranged character whose normal attacks can also inflict paralysis. Retsu also has Debilitator, which makes that paralysis last even longer.
終わりにしよう。ラゴーだ。
Up next we have the Lust version of Tierra. This character has a pretty high attack for a hybrid character. Not to mention she also has a plus 30 bruiser and a plus 40 berserker. Her strong attacks have really good range and they hit multiple times. But what might be the most impressive thing about this character is her ridiculously strong special. It's full screen, does a crazy amount of damage, and doubles when she unlocks bombardment. Add a Tenshintai on her and you can be dealing 4 times the damage. At number 6 on the list, we have Full Hollow White Ichigo. Not only does this character have high stats for a hybrid character, he also has the same link as Ginjo, which means he does 30% more damage when he hits low stamina. In addition to that, he also has a plus 30 bruiser and plus 30 berserker. His normal attacks and strong attacks are quick and have good range, and he has one of the best specials in the entire game. In fact, his special was actually boosted in the recent update. Not that it needed it, this special does a lot of damage and inflicts burn. And at 6-star, White Ichigo gets bombardment and debilitator. He's actually one of very few characters to have both of these.
我らの力を受けろ。待て。
Coming in at number 5, we have Team Shojiro. This character has a bit of a wider gap between his attack and his SP. That's only because his attack is so high. In fact, when he came out, he was the highest attacking hybrid character in the game. And he's clearly a hybrid. He has a plus 30 bruiser and a plus 40 berserker, as well as a strong attack damage link. But what makes this character really great is that everything he does has a chance of inflicting paralysis, which is really helpful because he has Debilitator. His normal attacks are quick, which help with the chances of paralysis, and his strong attacks have really good range. He also has a charged strong attack 3 that does a massive amount of damage and affects almost the entire screen. Having a double killer is pretty nice too. Coming in at number 4 we have Wonderwise. Without a doubt the hybrid character with the highest stats in the game, with both his SP and attack being higher than 700. In addition to being the only character that has both of these stats over 700, they also gave him a plus 40 bruiser and a plus 40 berserker. They also gave him an incredibly powerful special, and he's one of very few characters that has devastation and bombardment. But stats aren't everything. This character's link is probably not very useful in anything but a handful of raids, and having a captain killer isn't the most useful. But honestly, I think it's a good trade-off for having such ridiculously high stats.
食い散らせレオーナキメラファルカ行けアイアン
Coming in at number 3 is Milaros. It's really strange when a Fracción is better than the actual Espada, but here we are. Sure, her stats are a bit lower than some of the other characters on this list, but they actually gave her what she needs to be a really strong character. She has a strong attack recharge link, as well as Debilitator, and a strong attack 2 and a special that both inflict paralysis. She also has good range on her normal attack and her strong attacks. But really what sets her apart from most of the other characters on this list is Frenzy. This means she can not only use her strong attacks twice as frequently, but they also do double the damage. This also means she has a chance to inflict a long-lasting paralysis twice as frequently. Milaros is also a character that had a lot to gain from the recent update, as the magnification from all of her strong attacks went up.
千景千本桜影吉王に一家先陣か
At number 2 we have Blood War Byakuya, who's actually the first Byakuya in the top 10 video, strangely enough. Byakuya actually has the second highest stats from any hybrid character so far. Unlike Wonderwise, however, his link is actually useful, as it lets him do 20% more damage as long as he has full health. And although that may sound like a hassle, Caleb made it easier by giving him a very unique strong attack. His strong attack 2, in addition to dealing a lot of damage and having really good range, also creates a shield for Byakuya and his allies. His normal attack and his other 2 strong attacks also have really good range, but what deals the most damage is his really strong special. It's not only full screen but also inflicts defense weakening and hits twice thanks to bombardment. We have yet to see how useful Byakuya actually is, because there have been no extreme co-op or inherit zones since his release at the time of this recording.
ささやけ村正行こう甲賀ガキ烈光
And coming in at number 1 is the Broken Killer himself, Tag Team Koga Kuchiki. This character is just straight up amazing. He not only has really high stats, but he also has a double killer of Soul Reaper and Captain. He's also a ranged character, has a boosted 20% damage reduction link, has Frenzy, and his strong attacks and special inflict status ailments. This is especially useful because one of those strong attacks happens to be a Vortex move. As if this character didn't already have enough going for him, there's also a strong attack combo that has been known to one-shot inherit zone bosses, though I'm still not sure whether this is part of the game or just a glitch. Whichever it is, these are some characters you do not want to equip Chappie to. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this list, hit like and subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for next week's top 10 seasonal characters.